Hi, this is Dr. Fab, and I'm so excited about this video this week because we're going to be talking about developing a clear vision for what success means to you. You know, success is something that is different for everyone out there. And the first question that I have for you is, how do you define success? Do you define success as attaining a primary aim? Do you find success as completing a task? Do you find success as living the lifestyle that you want to live? Do you realize that most of us define success as to how much money do I make? Or perhaps how happy I am? Listen, I want you to know that there's no wrong answer here. You need to define success to what really matters to you. You know, I personally define success as fulfilling my true potential, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That's the way that I define success in a personal level. Why? Because I realized that I was born for a lot more than I would have achieved. You know, and many times, most of us, when we have success in our lives, we tend to have other areas in our lives that are very weak. So to me, I think it's important that we define success also in a balanced way. That is not only just personally, but it's also professionally and socially and spiritually and health-wise in all the areas that really matter. So I want to make sure that you start thinking right now, how do I define success? What does success really mean to me? Because when you really do that, now you have an idea of what is it that you're looking for. Remember, defining success is only like defining the target. What is it that you really want to accomplish? What is it that you want to attract into your life? And when you do, are you even going to recognize it? Do you realize that most of us, when we go to college and we think that we're going to get a degree, we're going to be that one thing that the degree says that we're going to do? But the studies have shown that over 60% of Americans are not actually doing what their degree says that they're an expert in. Why is that? Because what happens a lot of times is that when we go out there in the real world, the way that our careers, the way that our jobs come about, they don't come from our degrees. They come from the people around us. They come from us understanding that maybe the degree says one thing, but what I really like to do is something else. So I want you to make sure that you define what success is for you. And I want to make sure that it's brief and to the point. And I want to make sure that you also pay attention to not only define it professionally. I know that for most of us is the most important thing, right? But I want to make sure that you understand that true success is balance. It's really going to be one that allows you to really be at your best, not only at the things that you're good at, but the things that you're not good at either. All right, the second thing I want you to do is I want you to think about what are the areas that I want to be more successful in. You see, most of us have realized that maybe there's one area that I'm really good at, right? That's the area that everybody celebrates. That's the area where you get the bonuses and the praises and all the acknowledgement and all the attention out there. But what about the other areas that you say to yourself, you know what? I think I could be a little bit more disciplined when it comes to my health. Or perhaps I think I can do better when it comes to managing my finances. Or maybe, you know what? I think I can be a better father or a better husband, a better wife. These are the areas that I want you to focus on, because when you start thinking, what are the areas that you can improve upon? Now that gives you an opportunity, right? And it's really an opportunity to work towards a true balance in your success. You know, it's easy to be successful in those things that we're gifted in, right? If you're a good communicator, great. Put me in a position that I can communicate and I'm going to nail it every time. If you're a good negotiator, great. Let me negotiate all day long. If you're a good educator, fine. Let me educate people all the time. But the reality of it is we need to start working on the things that we're not so good at, but are essential to our happiness, to our well-being, to our true balance in success. And once you define this is the third thing I want you to do. I want to make sure that you write a plan. Put some action steps, right? I want to make sure you put some action steps as to how are you going to accomplish that. And the way that I want you to do it is I want you to put a time frame in it. You know, most of us, when we write our goals down, we tend to write them without being so specific. And remember, I've defined the goals very simply. The first one is you got short term and long term. So give it a time frame. What is it that I want to accomplish today? What is it that I want to accomplish this week? And what is it that I want to accomplish within a month? Those are the three simple ways that you can really stay focused and present in your goals. The second thing is that I want you to start thinking about what is it that you feel that those goals are going to allow you to have in your life. You see, many times what motivates us to accomplish our goals, because many times it's not easy to accomplish our goals, is the payoff. What is it that you're going to gain by doing that? So for instance, if you're going to be having your goals in saying, you know what, I'm going to do better when it comes to managing my finances, right? We hear that all the time. I get so many calls and requests of people talking to me about help me manage my finances a little bit better. But then the question becomes this: how does managing my finances going to have an impact in my life? Is it going to allow me to have more financial freedom? Is it going to allow me to stop living paycheck to paycheck? Is it going to allow me to be able to give myself the treats of those things that I want when I want them? Is it going to give me the opportunity to travel when I want to travel, and not necessarily to say to myself, you know, I have to save for maybe a year or two before I can take that trip that I always wanted to take? I want you to know that without a plan, it's going to be very unlikely for you to be able to be clear about your success. Because once you define that success, you got to develop the plan. The plan is only going to guide you to get there. And if you give it some time frame, if you say within a day, within a week, within a month, I'm going to accomplish this, and you put the action steps on how you're going to do it, I promise you, you're going to definitely be not only clear about your success, you're going to be able to attain all those things that you want out there. So these are the things that I want you to really think about, because having clarity about our success is a very personal thing. No one can define success for you except for yourself. And I promise you this, that if you live based on what others say that you're successful on, you'll never truly be happy, and you'll never be able to sustain that success because it's not yours. I want you to listen to everybody out there, but then I want you to go somewhere very quiet, and I want to make sure that you write what it is important to you. How do you define it? How are you going to do it? In what areas do you want to work on? And what is the plan behind it? Look, if you like this video, I want you to click right here on the link below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to make sure that you get a notice every single week when I send you these videos, so it keeps you excited, so it keeps you motivated, so it allows you to understand that you do have the power to change. You have the power to attract what it is that you want out of life. But also, please follow me on my Twitter and my Facebook. I want to make sure that you stay connected with the many things that I do through those channels in order to give you the motivation and the inspiration that you did on a constant basis. And also some great announcements that I make. And lastly, I want you to go to my website and register. Just put your name and an email address, and then you'll get my newsletters and many other stuff that I send only to the people that subscribe to my newsletter, and also through my website. Listen, I want you to know that I'm here for you. I'm here for you to make sure that you're going to be in this journey we call life, and you're going to ride this wave to the best of your ability. I see the potential in you. I hope you're beginning to see it too. And I want you to know that I'm here with you. I'm supporting you through this whole way. So thank you so much for listening to these videos. Stay connected. Please share the videos with as many people as you can, so they can also benefit like you have. All right, I'll see you on the next video.